If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns find themselves facing a growing concern just days before their Week 3 clash against the Green Bay Packers, and it revolves around a player whose value often goes unnoticed until he's absent. Punter Corey Bojorquez, arguably one of the most underrated yet crucial members of the roster, sustained an ankle injury during Week 2 in a play that could have completely turned the tide against the Baltimore Ravens. A blocked punt nearly returned for a touchdown left Bojorquez favoring his right ankle, and while he has a reputation for durability, even a slight setback in this position can ripple across a team's performance. Bojorquez's role in the Browns' game plan is not flashy, but it is critical, especially for a squad struggling to find rhythm and consistency on offense. The Cleveland offense has yet to crack 20 points in either of its first 2 games, and in a situation like this, field position is everything. The ability to pin opponents deep and give a defense the upper hand is often overlooked, but the Browns have reaped the benefits of Bojorquez's skill since he arrived, making his potential absence a headline-worthy concern. During Wednesday's practice, Bojorquez was limited, and his availability remains in question. When pressed on Thursday about whether the punter would play on Sunday, Cleveland's special teams coordinator Bubba Ventrone was careful with his words. "We'll see," he told reporters, offering little assurance. The uncertainty has already triggered contingency plans within the organization. Veteran punters were brought in for workouts this week, each given a look by the Browns coaching staff, demonstrating the team's awareness of the risk. ESPN's Daniel Oyefusi reported that multiple free agent punters had visited the facility, all in preparation for the possibility that Bojorquez might be sidelined. While the team ultimately did not sign any of these players, the workouts underscore how serious the Browns are about maintaining stability in the kicking game, a phase of football often taken for granted until it falters. The narrative doesn't end with Bojorquez's injury alone. Rookie kicker Andre Scmyt, a player who endured a roller coaster start to his NFL career, now looms as the potential replacement. Scmyt struggled in Week 1, missing critical opportunities and raising doubts about his readiness for the professional stage. Yet he rebounded in Week 2, redeeming himself and proving that he possesses the skill to manage pressure when given the chance. Ventrone noted that if Bojorquez were unavailable, Scmyt would step in to handle punting duties, a task he never performed at Syracuse despite being their all-time leading scorer. The idea of asking a rookie to manage both kicking and punting duties is daunting. The Browns' special teams playbook demands precision, timing, and mental toughness, particularly on punts where a single misstep can swing momentum in the opposition's favor. Still, Scmyt has already shown flashes of composure and skill, suggesting he may be able to rise to the occasion if called upon. Bojorquez's statistics underscore his importance. In just 2 games this season, he has punted 7 times, averaging 45.7 yards per kick, with 3 punts successfully pinned inside the opponent's 20-yard line. Only 1 kick has resulted in a touchback, illustrating his control and situational awareness. These numbers might seem modest in isolation, but when contextualized against the Browns' offensive struggles, they take on heightened significance. When the offense stalls, Bojorquez's ability to flip the field allows Cleveland's stout defense to capitalize, providing a subtle but vital form of support. Since entering the NFL with the Buffalo Bills in 2018, Bojorquez has embodied consistency and reliability. Outside of 1 missed game in 2023, he has been virtually ever-present, a 29-year-old Californian whose durability has become a cornerstone of Cleveland's special teams unit. The Browns' cautious approach to Bojorquez's status reflects both respect for his talent and recognition of the precariousness of relying on a single player. The team's reluctance to commit to his availability is understandable from a strategic standpoint. Punting may not grab headlines like touchdown passes or game-winning drives, but it is the unseen backbone of a football team, controlling field position, managing momentum, and allowing defenses to operate in favorable situations. Cleveland's offense, which has struggled to maintain consistency and finish drives, depends heavily on the punter's ability to manage the game's ebb and flow. Bojorquez's performance in this role has often masked other deficiencies, and his absence would force the coaching staff to adjust their strategy dramatically, potentially increasing the pressure on both SCMYT and the defense. Meanwhile, the scenario exposes the broader vulnerabilities of Cleveland's roster. Offensive woes have placed the spotlight on a player who traditionally would operate in the shadows, revealing how integral special teams can be when other units falter. Bojorquez, despite his unassuming role, has quietly become one of the Browns' most important contributors. His career trajectory, marked by reliability and precision, has allowed the team to navigate tough situations with a degree of stability. Every punt, every placement inside the 20-yard line, contributes to a cumulative advantage that often goes unnoticed by casual fans. The Browns' coaching staff understands this nuance, and Ventrone's careful statements highlight the delicate balancing act of managing player health while preserving competitive integrity. If Bojorquez is unable to play, the Browns will turn to SCMYT for both punting and kicking responsibilities, a scenario that is far from ideal. The rookie's inexperience in punting, combined with the pressure of maintaining kicking duties, represents a formidable challenge. Yet SCMYT's history at Syracuse, where he became the program's all-time leading scorer and field goal leader, suggests a player capable of adaptation. Football is a game of preparation and mental toughness, and SCMYT will have to summon every ounce of both to navigate this complex assignment. Cleveland fans, meanwhile, can only hope that Bojorquez's ankle heals in time, restoring the team's special teams equilibrium and allowing the coaching staff to focus on offensive adjustments and defensive strategy against the Packers. The broader implication of Bojorquez's potential absence cannot be overstated. Last season, he led the NFL in punting, demonstrating elite skill and the ability to impact games without ever touching the ball in the traditional sense. His punting flips field position, creates scoring opportunities for the defense, and provides a cushion when offensive drives stall. Losing such a player, even temporarily, is a risk for a team already navigating offensive struggles. Stefanski, Ventrone, and the Browns fanbase are acutely aware of this, which is why every limited practice, every ankle tweak, and every cautious statement from the coaching staff is analyzed with intense scrutiny. The coming days will determine whether Cleveland maintains its field position advantage or faces the daunting task of relying on a rookie in a dual-role situation under the bright lights of Lambeau Field. In summary, Corey Bojorquez's injury casts a long shadow over the Browns' preparations for Week 3. While the team has explored alternatives, including workouts with veteran free agent punters, the lack of a signing indicates that confidence remains in either Bojorquez's return or SCMYT's adaptability. The situation highlights the often underappreciated strategic importance of punting in football, especially for a team whose offensive output has been inconsistent. Bojorquez's career has been defined by reliability, precision, and situational awareness, making him more than a mere placeholder in the Browns lineup. His potential absence illuminates both the vulnerabilities and resourcefulness of the Cleveland roster, while also providing an opportunity for a rookie kicker to demonstrate versatility under pressure. As Sunday approaches, all eyes will be on Bojorquez, on SCMYT, and on how Cleveland manages this critical juncture in their season, where field position may prove just as decisive as offensive production in determining the outcome against the Packers. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. There's a storm brewing in Cleveland tonight, and it's not just the usual chatter about draft picks or injury updates. The rumor mill has gone into overdrive after a bombshell broke quietly, almost under the radar, that the Cleveland Browns have officially traded away their veteran quarterback, Joe Flacco. Yes, you heard that right. Joe Flacco, the man who led the team with experience, poise, and a calm presence under center, is reportedly no longer a Brown. The news hit the fan base like a lightning bolt. Fans are in total shock, disbelief spreading across social media platforms, forums, and, of course, every fan corner in Ohio. The question on everyone's lips is simple but heavy. Why now, and to whom? The trade details are still murky, and teams involved haven't made a public statement, leaving only speculation to fill the air. But one thing is clear. The Browns front office pulled a fast one, and it seems almost surgical in its secrecy. There are whispers that this was negotiated long before anyone outside the locker room even suspected, a move so covert that even seasoned sports journalists only caught wind of it hours before the public did. Some sources hint that the discussion started weeks ago, with high-level executives, agents, and perhaps even Flacco himself, involved in hushed, behind-closed-doors meetings that none of the usual insiders could penetrate. Fans of the Browns are split. Some are heartbroken, seeing Flacco as a stabilizing figure whose presence gave the team a sense of veteran security. Others are enraged, feeling blindsided by an organization that appears to have acted without any form of transparency. The narrative from fan forums reads like a mixture of outrage, sadness, and sheer disbelief. "How do you trade a quarterback like Flacco without warning us?" one fan exclaimed. Another added, "This isn't just a trade. This is a statement from the front office that nothing is sacred anymore." Social media exploded with threads, memes, and videos dissecting every potential angle: the financial motivations, the locker room dynamics, the possible incoming replacements. Some are pointing fingers at management for prioritizing a younger project over season reliability, while others are defending the strategy as bold and forward-thinking. Analysts are already weighing the implications for the Browns season, suggesting that losing Flacco could destabilize the offense or, conversely, open the door for a more aggressive playmaker to take the helm. Rumors swirl about the destination. While nothing is confirmed, sources close to the trade suggest that several teams with quarterback needs have expressed interest. Some insiders hint at a team in a rebuilding phase, one that is desperate for experience to mentor younger talent. Others are pointing to potential suitors in playoff contention, looking for a veteran backup who can step in seamlessly if the starter struggles. The speculation alone has been enough to dominate sports talk shows and late-night commentaries. Every trade rumor is being dissected with microscopic precision, every past game performance of Flacco scrutinized as analysts attempt to predict how he might fit into a new system. The intrigue is heightened by the secrecy surrounding the negotiations, feeding a narrative that this wasn't just a strategic trade, it was a chess move executed in total stealth. Meanwhile, the Browns' locker room is reportedly in a state of quiet chaos. Players are coming to grips with the reality that one of their leaders, someone who's been a calming presence and a mentor, is gone. Inside sources, speaking on condition of anonymity, claim that while some players understood the team's vision for the future, many felt blindsided and disappointed by the lack of communication. The ripple effect on team morale is a hot topic. Will the next quarterback, rumored to be someone younger or less experienced, be able to command the same respect? Can the offensive line and skill players adjust to a completely new rhythm without losing momentum? These are questions that remain unanswered, but they hang heavily over the team, creating a suspenseful narrative for the rest of the season. Fans' reactions online have been relentless. Twitter threads explode with hashtags. TikTok videos analyze Flacco's career highlights, and fan forums are flooded with long, emotional posts detailing personal attachment to the quarterback. Many fans recount moments when Flacco's experience pulled the team through tight spots, providing hope and stability when things looked bleak. The emotional element is potent. It's more than just a sports trade. It's a narrative about loyalty, trust, and the uncertainty of change. Even casual fans, who might not have followed Flacco's entire career, feel the tremor of this move. It's a reminder that in the world of professional sports, change can happen overnight, shaking the very foundation of fan identity and attachment. Inside the league, executives are watching closely. The stealth and timing of this trade are already the subject of intense debate. Some league insiders are praising the Browns for their boldness, noting that executing a trade quietly, without leaks, demonstrates a high level of strategic sophistication. Others question whether the team has underestimated the backlash from fans, suggesting that the optics might outweigh any short-term gains. Every angle is being analyzed, from salary cap implications to locker room chemistry to potential ripple effects on draft strategy. The trade, though still technically unofficial and public confirmation, has already set off a chain reaction across the NFL, prompting other teams to reconsider their own quarterback strategies. Speculation about Joe Flacco's next steps is rampant. Some are suggesting he might sign with a team that's ready to compete immediately, aiming for a shot at another playoff run before the twilight of his career. Others think he could take on a mentorship role, guiding a younger quarterback while still having the opportunity to play in critical moments. The uncertainty is fueling the rumor mill further. Analysts dissect every past season, every injury report, and every coaching style, trying to project which team could maximize Flacco's skill set. Meanwhile, fans debate whether his departure signals a shift in the Browns' philosophy, moving away from veteran leadership in favor of youth and potential. As the day turns to night, the full impact of the trade is still unfolding. The Browns' social media channels remain conspicuously silent, offering no explanation, no reassurance, just an eerie calm that contrasts sharply with the chaos in fan circles. Sports commentators continue to speculate, adding fuel to an already blazing fire of rumors. Podcasts are dedicating entire episodes to dissecting the move, interviewing insiders, and theorizing about the unspoken reasons behind the trade. Some point to behind-the-scenes tensions, others to financial maneuvering, while a few suggest this might be the beginning of a complete franchise overhaul. Whatever the case, the message is clear. Joe Flacco is gone, and the Browns have taken a step that no one expected, leaving fans, analysts, and players alike scrambling to make sense of it. One thing is for certain. This is the kind of rumor that will dominate headlines for days, perhaps even weeks. The combination of secrecy, suddenness, and the stature of the player involved has created a perfect storm of speculation. Fans, commentators, and league insiders are all waiting for the next move, the next tweet, the next official announcement that might clarify what happens next. Until then, Cleveland is left in suspense, a city caught between shock and curiosity, mourning the departure of a quarterback while wondering what the future holds. Every minute brings new takes, new predictions, and new theories, but the essence of the story remains the same. Joe Flacco, a veteran of the gridiron, has been traded, and the Browns' world will never be quite the same again. The story isn't just about a trade. It's about identity, legacy, and the unpredictability of sports in the modern era. It's about the emotional connection fans develop with players and the heartbreak that comes when those connections are disrupted. It's about the intricate dance of strategy, negotiation, and timing that defines professional sports at the highest level. And above all, it's about the suspense, the uncertainty, and the drama that keep fans glued to their screens, refreshing feeds, and following every update as if the fate of their city itself hangs in the balance. Cleveland is reeling, Joe Flacco is moving on, and the rumor mill is just getting started. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!